Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, Jill. Let's see. Okay, Jill, let's jump right in. Put you center stage. Looking forward to Sunday. Yes, me too. Me too. Jill is coming on my one-day Tarot Whole New World workshop, which will be great. I think we're going to have a great time, but we're going to answer Jill's questions. So, will my finances improve? Okay, Jill, let's have a look. Let's see what we can see. All right. Okay. All right, let's have a look. So, what should Jill prepare for regarding the progression of her finances? What should we say? Generally, over the next couple of months, over the next 6 months. Hello, John. Interesting. Well, Jill, you have got the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is indecision about something which is having an effect, because this is often a potential is there for a yes, but at the moment it's unrealized. So when you've got the Two of Swords, as you can see on the card, the symbolism is very simple. We've got a checkerboard, we've got a chessboard, and we've got a skeleton playing chess because he's not making the next move. So there's something here that you're sitting on the fence about, something here that you're not taking action about, probably because you don't really want to. Because the other thing that's at play in the Two of Swords is that we don't see the win. You know, it's maybe like feels like a lose-lose. However, whatever that is that you're not taking action on, I think it will have a win. So have a look at that, because to just cut to the chase, the answer is yes, potentially. Now, how much of a difference, obviously, we don't know. It's just one card, but potentially, yes, there could be an improvement, but you do have to jump off the fence and make a decision about something. I hope that makes sense. Have a little think about it, Jill, and see if, see if, you know, that resonates. Maybe. I hope so. Hello, John. Oh, look at this. Look, I have to put you center stage, John. There you go. Thanks for my life code deck. I don't like it. I love it. Thank you. Loving you for that, John. That's perfect. What do you love about it, darling? Just kind of, you know, just enlarge on that a little for me. Just stroke my ego a bit here. What do you love about it? What works for you? Tell me that, and I shall make me a happy woman. Who else is on? Is anybody else on? Are we all? It's quite early, I know, but love the design. It feels easy to understand. It is easier to understand, actually. And I was having this conversation with, hello, Simon. Very nice to meet you. And Mandy. Yes. So just regarding the imagery on the deck, I was having this very conversation with somebody that I'm going to be doing retreats with later on in the year. Somebody who's been in my circle working as one of my students, but you know, she's on a good level, and she was saying that she's a bit torn between whether to teach Rider Waite or whether to teach the life code, and she brings the life code deck into her retreats with her clients in the second half, because Rider-Waite is industry standard, right? But as she said, as soon as the students get the life code deck, she said it's like the imagery just goes pow, and they just like, oh, they have really powerful responses to the imagery, which is why it feels easy to understand, because that's what it was designed to do. So good, John. Thank you for that. I'm very glad that it has had that effect. Perfect. All right. So we have Mandy. Let's have a look at Mandy. Will Ira and her family be okay in the future? Okay. Let's have a look. That's a very big question for one card, Mandy, but I will do my best. Let's see. Okay. Right. Interesting. The Eight of Swords. And I think that probably they will. But I think this is talking about you, Mandy, not Ira and her family. I think this is talking about you. It's going around your head. And in some way, the overthinking isn't helping anybody. So whatever you're overthinking about, it probably isn't. It probably isn't helping. What I tell you what I'll do, because I think that card was connected into you, because I was connected into you. So let me take a card for Ira. Okay, I'm going to take a card for Ira specifically. And let's take guidance for Ira. Okay, so there we go. So we've got wisdom. So I always like to explain that this card is the Rider-Waite alternative, right? If this was a Rider-Waite card, this would be judgment. It doesn't mean anybody's being judged. It means reassessment of their situation. It means that in order to be okay, excuse me, my throat is croaky tonight. In order to be okay, they're going to need to learn from the past in some way and begin again and kind of, make a ground zero and almost start again. This card says there's been some challenging experiences in the past, but they can be moved on from. But they need to be learned from and moved on from and do it differently moving forward. So the answer is yes, as long as they don't repeat what's gone on in the past, or they take a different route. Okay, so that's good. I think that's very positive, actually. What it does say is that it won't happen on its own, though, Mandy. So it won't just reset on its own. They will have to be instrumental in what happens for them. Okay, hope that helps. All right, what have we got here? Let's see, we have Cyan. That's all right, Mandy, it's my pleasure. Okay, Cyan, hey love, will I win a UALG competition called Ideas in the Box, Economy of the Sea category? Okay, all right. Well, let's have a look and see what it says. Okay, so, okay, Simon, you're next, and then John. She's from the Ukraine. Oh, right. So Mandy's this person that Mandy asked for is from the Ukraine. And that is a very big will she be all right? So the answer is yes, but I think she's going to have to, she may have to move or to start again somewhere else then, actually, is what the card said, wasn't it? Learn from challenging circumstances, and I would say move. That thing of starting again somewhere else, I think, is quite important. So yes, there you go. Hope that helps. That was a big thing, wasn't it? Okay, so Cyan, what should Cyan prepare for regarding winning the competition called Ideas in a Box? Let's have a look. Interesting. I'm not sure that we've got a slam dunk yes here, Cyan, if I'm honest. And in fact, what I've got is you kind of having a change of heart about the whole thing. So this is you sort of stepping back and emotionally withdrawing. And it is an emotional response. It's not like a cognitive response. It's an emotional response to something that is going to cause you to perhaps back off or decide you're not in it, or whatever it is. Perhaps not decide you're not in it, but you know what I mean. It's a pulling back. So that's interesting, because it's telling you that some sort of action you do, there's something here that will cause you to back off from the whole thing. As I say, we've only got one card, but it isn't telling me that there will be a victorious response to you entering. Okay. I did take another card for you, Sam, because I think that's. Oh, hello, Karen A. Ah, that's strange, but you're here anyway. That's good. I'm glad. I just took a guidance card about that Eight of Cups, because the Eight of Cups does very much seem like you're doing something which is instrumental. So here you go. Here is your guidance around the competition. That's the Chariot. So the Chariot says, I think this is a long game, Cyan. I think maybe not this time, but if you really focus and you really push, maybe in the future, because this is telling you that the reason you don't win then is because you back off, because you have a change of heart, because you don't stay in it in some way. So I think perhaps not this time, but if you really know what you want, focus, be really, really focused. I think you do have the opportunity in the future, potentially. Okay, so that was interesting. I had a feeling that needed a bit of a follow-up. Good. I hope that helps. Okay, so Rachel, that's Karen, that's fine. I'll get to you in just a second. So what else have we got? We have Simon. Okay, Simon. Like a card, please. Okay. All right, Simon. Well, I'm just going to I'm just going to ask what you should put your attention on next for the best result in the thing that's important to you. What you should put your attention on for the best result for the thing that's important to you. Okay. You need to rest, Simon. You need to put your attention on resting. You need to put your attention on not thinking about anything. So this is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is respite. So you need calm, you need peace, that's all you need. It's very simple. That is all you need. Calm and peace. Don't do anything. Next, this is your most important task, to rest, and to rest your mind especially, and to recover or recoup in some way. Okay, that is going to set you up for the next stage, whatever that is. So I hope that makes sense to you, Simon. It's very straightforward. There's no mystery in that at all. I hope that makes sense in your life as it is right now. Okay, so let's have a look. We have John. You are doing an audition to do voluntary voiceover work for a charity. How will this go? Oh, okay. Let's have a look. All right. That sounds interesting, John. Okay. Oh, well, John, you've got the Nine of Cups. I think everybody will be very happy. I think you will be happy. I think they will be happy. So there you go. Again, very simple. Nothing here. You are what they're looking for. You are the answer to their prayer. So I don't think you have anything to worry about. I think it'll go nicely. I think you'll be happy with their response to you and how your audition goes. All right. That's nice. I like that. Well done. Very nice. Excellent. All right. Let me see. Okay, Karen. Right, following on from last week, where I drew the Six of Pentacles as general guidance. Keep getting the six. Okay, so it just keeps on circling back, Karen. And I know you said last week you kept getting it as well. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to take guidance on the Six of Pentacles. Let's have a look. And Karen, please have guidance on the Six of Pentacles. Okay, the Emperor. So the Emperor is telling you, so if you've got the Six of Pentacles, we've already talked about the fact it's some sort of a hierarchical relationship. It's a balance of power in some capacity. Okay, so whatever that Six of Pentacles is referring to, this is telling you, you need to draw really strong boundaries and to stick to them, because the Emperor is the boss, isn't he? He's the one that says, and he doesn't allow emotion to cloud the issue or make decisions. He's like the King of Swords on steroids, Karen. So when you look at the Emperor, you can see, I've explained before, we have the hydro dam here, which holds back water, which is emotion. It doesn't dry the water up. It gives you just enough so that you've got enough to do what you need to do. Okay? This is really important. So your Ace of Swords is referring to how you're thinking about your boundaries and what needs to, where the lines need to be drawn and where you need to take control. Okay? Because on some level, that Six of Pentacles is out of whack. So whatever that Six of Pentacles is referring to, whether it's a relationship, whether it's finances, obviously we've only got one card again, so this is just your advice. You need to work out what is out of whack regard to balance in something. So if it's a relationship, it will be somebody who gives you just enough, but always has to be the one that says, and you're the one waiting, and you're the one on the receiving end, and you're the one who always feels like there should be more. Okay, so that's what it means. Does that make sense to you? It's telling you that you need to restrict your emotional position in order to take control, step into the control position and go dumph. You've got to remember the noise. It's important. Dumph. All right. It's like I've put a line in the sand and that's it. And whatever that line in the sand is referring to, you absolutely have to stand by it, right? Because that's where the problem is. All right? I hope that helps. Interesting. Makes perfect sense as well. And makes perfect sense that you also keep getting the Emperor as well. So it's obviously trying very hard to get the message across, Karen. Okay. So Simon, with regards to your finances, so when I asked the question, about, guidance for you about the thing, your next steps regarding the thing that was important to you, if we then angle that card towards your finances, what it's saying is that actually probably the stress that you're feeling is probably, you probably can't do anything right now. So you need to step back and get really calm and take some time to just find a bit of peace. And then you can look at the next stages. I think right now it says your next step. It doesn't have to say that you're doing it permanently, but it looks like it needs a bit of a reset, and probably your stress is getting involved. You're saying, I overthink a lot. Well, that won't be helping. So step back, calm head, and that will probably make things clearer and allow solutions to permeate through. Okay, that's good. So I have a couple of, I've got one in WhatsApp. I'll do it on my phone. Let me see. I've got one on WhatsApp. In fact, I've got two on WhatsApp. Right. The first one is, it came in earlier. This is for Warren. Warren and I have been reading together for a while. Okay. All right. So Warren is going through a difficult situation. He is. I'll just try and give you a potted version. I've got War and Peace here on. Bless you, Warren. I've got War and Peace here on WhatsApp. So Warren is going through a difficult situation with a divorce, and he does not trust the agenda of his ex-wife and her children. And what Warren wants to know is, what is their game plan? So, okay, let's put this in the chat and put Warren center stage. What is my ex-family's game plan? Oh. Does anybody else's cursor jump about when they're in the middle of typing something? Very annoying. Right, family's game plan. All right. So, great. All right, Warren. Well, I hope this helps. It was quite a complex question, so we've had to try and distill it down a bit. Okay. All right. This is for Warren. I see. Okay. So what we've got here is they're being led very much by your ex-wife, by the Empress, and what you should prepare for from them, what their game plan is to drag it out. We've got the Knight of Pentacles here, so they're just going to keep going and keep going and keep going. They're just not going to give up. So whatever tactics they are employing, the long game is what they plan to adopt. Probably because maybe it might weigh you down. Maybe they think perhaps you'll run out of money. I don't know what it is, but basically this is just doing the hard yards, just keeping on. So Warren, I think that's what you need to know, really. I think they're going to just elongate the process and hope you run out of steam. I think that's pretty much what we're seeing here. All right. I don't know whether that helps, but it's what I've got. Okay. Let's see. Well, whatever the game plan, Warren, because Warren's on the live here. The game plan, Warren, is that they're just going to drag it out. Whatever it is, whatever their game plan is, they're going to sit it out, and they're just going to go slow. They're going to drag their feet. They're just going to go like a really, really slow, turgid. Yeah. So they're going to make you wait. They're going to drag their feet. They're going to make it as long and probably difficult as possible. That's the game plan. So whoever this is, and forgive me if I've explained it wrongly, nevertheless, apply that to whatever the situation is, and you'll have your answer, sweetie. All right. Okay. All right. Mandy, I did already give you one reading. All right. I know that was for somebody else. All right. I'll take you one card, guidance for you. Okay. Guidance for Mandy. Guidance for Mandy. Okay. Yes. You've got the 5 of Wands, Mandy. So this is telling you that there's conflict here. So it seems to me that you are therefore conflicted or in conflict with somebody else. This is an energy. It's not telling me what it's about exactly, but probably feels like it's a thing. You're probably just torn about something. It's like you've got differing agendas. And this is telling you that you need to stand up for yourself and really kind of it's quite a bat it out kind of card. It's not serious conflict, it's not rows and heartbreak and awful stuff. It really isn't. It's just basically standing up for what you think and kind of like saying it out loud and standing your ground. Yeah. So this is you not being afraid of conflict and making the decision as to the way forward, and just literally going into bat for it in whatever way that means. I hope that makes sense. Mandy, it's quite a general one, isn't it? But the guidance is that you need to stand up for yourself. You need to stand up for what you think is the right way forward, even if other people don't agree. All right? Great stuff. Okay. All right. So thank you, Warren. Let's put that up because that's nice, isn't it? There we go. That's been our thoughts. They want to keep deflecting. Hope we run out of steam. There we go. See, we've got the phrase right, Warren. Like I'm psychic or something. Oh, that's good. And look, and this is Warren's next one. She did 4 readings with Janice. Bottom, she's big. Oh, loving you for that, my darling. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I hope you get through this okay. I really do. All right. That's all right, Mandy. I hope that makes sense. I've got another reading on WhatsApp, and I've got some others as well. Let me see. I've got Alexia here. Can I have a reading on my love life? You can, Alexia. Let's put Alexia from stage. Alexia. There we are. And there she is. All right, sweetie. I don't know if you're watching or not, but let's have a look. All right. So, Alexia, I'm going to take guidance for you. Okay. That feels like the thing to do. Let's take guidance for Alexia. Okay. Good. Okay. Interesting. So what we've got here is we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is telling you that on some level it's time to get practical, right? The Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of Compromise, and I think now is the time for you to work with kind of what you've got and just kind of, yeah, it's an interesting one. It's not what I normally get with regards to advice, but this is basically telling you you're going to have to, I think this is telling you, put your emotional side, there's the baby under the table, put your emotional side to one side or under the table and get practical and just do the work, and just don't sort of do anything drastic. It's very down to earth, right? Just do whatever it is you need to do to get the outcome you want, right? And whatever, because I think this is saying in some way, you are conflicted. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I think you are conflicted. And I think it is your emotional self which is probably in the way here, Alexia. So it's telling you, take your emotional self out the way and do what you know you need to do. Get practical, get down to earth, and just kind of do it, right? So that's really important, because again, we've got another situation here where your emotions won't be helping you. Whatever your emotions are saying, they're going to be tripping you up. So it's not telling you to just kind of junk them, but just move them gently aside so that you can, you can get stuff done, do stuff, take action, right? Whatever it is, in whatever capacity. And also look at what the compromises are that you're prepared to make or not make. That's really important as well with this card. I hope that's okay as a reading for your love life. I hope that makes sense to you, Alexa. That's the main thing. I hope that makes sense. Okay. And I have another one. Oh, this is quite an interesting one. I have a message from Debbie. Oh, hold on, I'm going to put this in the chat as well. We haven't done one of these before. Right. So this is Debbie. Is there a message from my mum? Now, I'm going to presume this is a mediumship message, okay? And just literally, even just shuffling the cards, I'm kind of feeling a little bit choked up, interestingly. Okay. Debbie wants to know if there's a message from her mum. Okay. Interesting enough, we've got the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is inspiration. Inspiration and creativity and creative drive. Inspiration. So, Debbie, I think you need to pay close attention to when you are inspired to do something, especially if it's an imaginative, creative picture. A picture that will illuminate something, right? And that's the message. So what this is telling you is that she's helping you with inspiration, and that's your message from her. So it is ongoing. The message isn't just this card. The message is in action already. So she's trying to not influence but inspire you in some way. So it's a lovely card. It's the Ace of Wands is where we have an urge to do something, where it's like a struck match, and we suddenly see something clearly, and it's like a call to action. That's what this card is, a call to action. And so if you have felt this, anything in any capacity at all, that's your message from your mum. Take notice, Debbie. And I'll be interested. Feedback to me about that. I'll be interested to know if that means anything to you, because I would be very surprised if you can't locate that. I think you would have felt something for sure. That's very strong. So that's lovely, isn't it? I like that. That's very nice. That's super. Okay. Good stuff. Right. What else have we got? Oh, it's been full on, hasn't it? Good stuff. So how are you, Karen A? It's lovely to see you here. Okay. I've got one here from Callum. Should I trust Rob? Oh, okay. Let's have a look at that. This is Callum. And he has elaborated that it is business. Here we go. So this is, brackets are old cock. All right, so this is for Callum. Callum wants to know if he should trust Rob. And this is a business question. Okay. So what would be the results for Callum of trusting Rob? That should give us the answer we need, shouldn't it? Oh. I think not, Rob. I think not. What would be the results for Callum of trusting Rob? Pain and arguments. That's very simple, Callum. I think not. I don't think you should trust Rob. So, I mean, obviously your instincts are that probably there is something amiss or you wouldn't be asking the question, right? But your answer confirms that is probably not a good course of action. It's not a good road to take. So no. Nope. That was very clear. I like it when they're very direct. Oh, Karen A. So I'm going to put this up. So I want everybody on this live, please, to send Karen A love, because Karen A's mum passed away. I think was it 2 weeks ago, Karen A? Something like that. Time is weird for me at the moment. But yes, it would have been your mum's 98th. My goodness, Karen A, sending you lots of love. I'm gonna take a card for you anyway. I know you haven't asked for one, but I'm going to take one for you. How can you best support yourself in this time? Let's ask that. 3 weeks. Goodness. Okay, so Karen A's mum passed away 3 weeks ago. How can Karen A best support herself in this time? Same card again. So Karen A, obviously we've spoken off live. Karen A is, in my tarot tribe, and it tells you, Karen A, you're going to have to feel the pain sooner or later. You're going to have to just deal with the pain. And I know that's not something that you are keen to do right now, and I get that. I absolutely get that. But it's how you can support yourself is taking that and processing it. Don't push it down, sweetie. So that was not the most fluffy bunny one, was it? Really, that was a little hard and practical. Karen A, thought that I wanted the Empress for you. That's what I wanted. But no, It's telling you that you mustn't try and avoid the pain. Oh, I don't want to leave you with that. That doesn't feel nice. I want to, come on, guys up there. I want something nice for Karen. Come on. We love Karen. We want to put our arms around her and give her a hug. Oh, okay. They've given you the same thing in a softer form, Karen. Look, the Queen of Cups. They heard me and they've said, all right, just tell her to go into how she really feels. I love it. They just reword the same answer. They just completely okay, fine. Tell her that's what she has to do. So, okay. I tried. I did try. Queen of Cups, Karen. To tune in. It is nicer. It's gentler, isn't it? Gentler. Don't need that bit of a. That was a bit of a blunt-edged sword. That wasn't it? Wasn't nice. Queen of Cups. Much nicer. Okay. All right, sweetie. That's great. Well, you know, we're all sending you lots of love, and we really do. Good. All right. So what else have I got? I have Sue here, who is I've got Sue. Who let me type it. I keep seeing what's the message. Ooh. This is an interesting one. That's my pleasure, Karen. No problem at all. Okay, Sue, I keep seeing 1111. What's the message? This is a thing, 1111. It is a thing. So let's have a look. What is the message for Sue? Because it's like a you've got mail kind of alert, 1111. If that keeps showing up for you repeatedly, it's just a you've got mail message. Basically, tells you that there's a message you should take notice of. Okay. And as the energetic postman, it is my job to deliver the message. All right, Sue, let's have a look. Okay, good. Put that down. So this is the 9 of Cups. How lovely. So the message, Sue, is that that your wish will be granted. You can call me Mystic Meg. How amazing. So they're basically telling you you've been heard. You've been heard, and it's on its way. I mean, we have a genie. What can I tell you? This is the message. You have been heard. This is quite literally the wishes granted card, and it's something that makes us personally happy. So Sue, I'm very happy to deliver such a lovely message for you. You have been heard. Stand by. How lovely. Gosh, that's very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay. What else do we have? We have Rainy. Okay, Rainy, should I, whoops, stay with there we go. Rainy, should I stay with Alicia? All right, so let's take some advice for Rainy. going to take some advice from Rainy about staying with Alicia. Okay. All right. Okay. Advice from Rainy. Well, okay. The moon. I would say probably yes. Because the moon, if the moon is an advice card, it's telling you that fear is in play here. And so the question, should you stay with Alicia, implies fear. Oh, no, actually, Rainy, do forgive me. I'm going to change my mind. I've just had a bit of a smack to the head. I think, don't be scared. I think possibly the answer is no, Rainy, because I think this is telling you the reason that you're staying is because you're scared. That's what this is. The reason you're staying is because you're scared, and you perhaps, I don't know, you don't know what's out there. You don't know if it's okay to leave. You don't know if it's the right decision. You don't know. But I think your intuition is telling you that probably you should leave. And this is telling you not to be scared to make that decision. Don't let fear make your decision for you, Rainy. That's the bottom line. Don't make fear make your decision for you. So if fear is in play, if fear is keeping you stuck, or whatever the fear is, do the opposite, right? There you go. There's your advice. My feeling is not based on anything except a bit of an emotional hit there, that probably you need to call it, sweetie. All right. Okay. All right. So we have Julie on the chat. Okay. That's tough, Julie. That really is tough. Okay. Let's have a look. This is Julie. All right, Julie. Well, I mean, it is a tricky one, because obviously we're not defining the future, but it's not anything surprising, really. It's telling you that what you've got conflict with your mum, probably, but also you're very conflicted within yourself, and you're going to be fighting yourself. I mean, the Five of Wands is a card of conflicting energies, and one of the things that we're asked to do in this card is to stand up for ourselves. Now, I did, because this is such a difficult topic, I did take guidance for you on this. Because what can I expect from my future? Well, this is just what you're walking into, right? It doesn't tell you. It sort of does tell you what to do, but what you've got as an advice guidance card is justice, and what this is saying is, you must get all the legals sorted out. You must put all of the legal stuff in place, and it's like, any decisions you make cannot be weighted too much in the direction of your mum. It has to be a bit balanced, because this is do what's fair for all concerned, including you. Right? Do what's fair for all concerned regarding you. And here we have these scales, and we have money on one side and love on the other, right? So here's the thing. This money doesn't mean greed or avarice in any way. It's abundance. So this is your life abundance. Okay, this is what your life is worth. This is what you value. All of this stuff is on this side, and this is love on the other side. This is of the heart, right? So it's asking you to weigh one up against the other, but make sure you come to the right balance. Make sure you do what's fair, not just for your mom, but for you as well. And that is your confliction. That's what's going to be your confliction. So justice definitely talks about legal. So do just take care of that. But the bigger picture here is those two cards. So the idea of being fair to not just your mum, but you as well, that's going to be the issue. That's going to be the conflict within you. But do take it seriously. It really is important. It isn't going to be easy. And I'm so sorry you're in such a difficult position. I hope that helps a little bit. Obviously, it's a very little reading in a very big situation, isn't it? All right. I have some more here. I have Jordan. Okay, Jordan. This is an interesting question. Jordan wants to know, why are they still single? I don't know if Jordan is a girl or a boy, so I shall refer to them as they, because I am well trained in such matters, you see. That's all right, Julie, it's my pleasure. Okay, why am I still single, says Jordan. All right. Okay. What is at the root of Jordan's singledom? Let's see. Interesting. Well, we have the Page of Cups here. And this is a very simple little card, which I think proposes a more complex answer, which is interesting for Jordan. And Jordan will have to give this some thought. The Page of Cups is a very young energy, and it's talking about how we connect, which is why sometimes it comes up as a spiritual student. But it's talking about what, it's talking about, oh my goodness, Alexa, that's amazing. I'm going to read that out on the live in a second. Jordan, this is all coming from Jordan's early life. And I think whatever has happened in Jordan's childhood has set the scene for Jordan's connective patterns, or how Jordan connects to people, or what Jordan thinks he needs, or he or she needs to be happy. They need to be happy. So I think, Jordan, you need to look back at when you were a child and see what happened there that is informing how you approach relationships now, right? Because there's something about your child self which is coming into your relationship arena, which is setting the scene. So there is a little child in there who hasn't grown beyond their childhood experiences, and that is echoing through your adult relationships. All right, I hope that's useful. It's quite deep, isn't it? I hope that's all right. Quite interesting. I want to read you this because Alexia has just messaged back on WhatsApp. She said, "Thank you for the reading. I wonder if the baby under the table I'm carrying, if I'm emotional because of my baby, therefore I have to compromise." Well, I mean, that's pretty literal, isn't it? Yes, then, Alexia, yes, you do have to compromise and just get practical. And yes, well, okay, that's yes. Then the reading was pretty much on the money, wasn't it? I love that, was so literal. The thing with this deck is it happens all the time. Pictorially, the deck reflects people's situations back at them in a really, really literal way. It is quite amazing. I did an event. It's probably 3 years ago now, where I had to go to. I do a lot of these. It's like a dinner party. You have a group of 5 or 6 friends, and I was at the coffee table just reading for people, and this chap came and sat down, and he said, I want to know about my business idea. I want to know about my business idea. And I drew the 8 of, hold on, I'm going to find it for you because I feel the need to show you. Hold on, I bet it's at the bottom. They're always at the bottom. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves for a second while I find it. So I just cut to the chase and go to the bottom. I bet it will be there. Oh, where is it? I don't know. Anyway, it's the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups in my deck is the Potter. And the Potter is making lots and lots of pots. And the idea is that we have to build our mastery, and we mustn't keep making the same pots. We must improve the pots, but it's practice. Practice and perseverance is what's important. And of course, I can never find a card when I want it. Oh, there it is. There's the card. Okay. Oh, let me take Jordan off the screen. So this was a guidance card about his new business. Okay, so I said to him, well, you're basically, there is the need for more learning, for more mastery here. And but ultimately, it's a good thing. It is a good thing. The business is telling you, persevere, improve your skill set, and keep going. And this is all good. I like this. This is very positive. Just, you're on the right track. Just keep going. And he said, I'm setting up a pottery studio. And I'm just about to go on a course about how to run a pottery studio. I just love that. It's like, okay. I don't know why I bother speaking. I don't know why I just don't hold up the cards and let the clients do the reading themselves. How awesome is that? I love that. It's like my cards have a real sense of humor. So I wanted to share that because that was such fun. But yes, Alexia, that Queen of Pentacles card was absolutely, yes, pictorial representation of you, I think. All right. So let's answer another question. What have I got here? I've got Rocky will I find a dream relationship? Oh, I say. Okay. All right. Oh, you see, I think this is really sweet because Rocky is such a, you know, full-on name, isn't it? And I like that. Will I find a dream relationship? It's very romantic, Rocky. Loving you for that. That's really sweet. All right. Guidance for Rocky about finding a dream relationship, because what we're not going to do is we're not going to do a fortune telling will I question, because you know what, if it comes back for any reason no, that is going to be no help to Rocky whatsoever, is it? This is why we don't do fortune telling, because if it comes back with an answer we don't like, we've kind of been trounced, and we don't want that. So what we need to do is guide Rocky, because we have to work from the premise that everything is possible. We have to work from the premise that we have more power than we think we do. Rocky wants a dream relationship. What does Rocky have to do to find their dream relationship? Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, that's a very on the nose card, isn't it? So, Rocky, we've got the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is telling you, I think the clue is in the word dream, isn't it? Because that's what we've got here. We've got dreams. And so dreams is not going to help you find the dream relationship, sweetie. It is going to be a matter of bringing it down to earth and knowing what's real and what isn't, and also knowing that probably a dream relationship isn't real, because people are real and flawed and difficult. And so wanting a dream relationship is almost just, it's a bit floaty. I think this is saying you've got to know what's real and what isn't, and you've got to bring it down to earth, and you've got to not just leave everything up in the ether as a romantic dream. I mean, loving you for your romantic dream, but it's not going to help you get the relationship you want, Rocky. Okay, so I'm afraid literally just dreaming is not going to work. You have to get down there, boots on the ground, and do it. Do the hard yards, do the thing, have relationships, and find somebody that works with you. Okay. Somebody once described relationships as a jigsaw puzzle of two pieces, and each jigsaw piece has all gnarly bits and gaps and bits that stick out, and it's awkward and misshapen until you find the corresponding puzzle piece when it sort of just clicks together. It doesn't mean that both of you are perfect. You're not. You just fit properly. You're looking for somebody that fits with you, Rocky. And that's what you're looking for. It's not a dream, a practical fit, someone with whom you can build a partnership. And you need to bring that down to earth. All right. Hope that's okay. That's good. All right. Oh, what have we got? We're 10 past 8. I've got a couple more from this afternoon. I've got. I'll do this one. Let's take a card for Rachel. Right. Okay. This is interesting. What should I prepare for from my boss on Monday? Sounds urgent. All right. Rachel, what should I prepare for from my boss on Monday. Okay. Right. Oh, okay. Another Three of Swords. Well, it's not looking great, Rachel. You're probably going to need to, prepare for a rocky ride, I would have thought, because this is disagreements and some sort of, arguments. And so this looks like your boss won't be happy. So, Rachel, I should go in well prepared if I were you. I should go in prepared. And what should you do? What should Rachel do? I don't want to leave Rachel with that. That just looks scary. What should Rachel do? How can she best manage the situation? Oh, the Chariot. There we go. That's good. So, Rachel, you need to be really focused on the end game here. So the Chariot is where we're goal setting and where we're not going to be pulled off course, when we're very determined to be successful. So this is telling you that I think you can move past this. That's why I didn't want to leave you with the Three of Swords. Yes, your boss won't be happy, but you can move past it. You've actually got, again, this statement. You've got more power than you think you do. You're in the driving seat here. Drive. Don't get pulled off course. You know where you want to go, or you should do, and you need to, because you need to communicate a plan, right? So the Chariot is forward through willpower, determination, and courage. So, Rachel, that's the way you should address the meeting with your boss, right? You need to plow on through and be very determined to get the result you want to get. Okay. Good. Phew. Don't leave anybody with a difficult message, because that's not okay. Oh, look. Let's do this one. This is very on message. I like this. So we've got Stella. And Stella is asking, should I learn tarot? Is it a good time? Okay. There we go. There. Okay. Stella wants to know if she should learn tarot and if it's a good time for her to learn tarot. So let's just ask, is it a good time for Stella to learn tarot? And just leave it at that. Let's see. Is it a good time for Stella to learn tarot? Right. So the Page of Wands is curious and future focused. Now, interestingly enough, I would probably say yes, because pages are students and this is all about learning. And I think what it is I think it's asking you to learn tarot with a view to how you can make it work for you in the future, right? Because the Page of Wands is a lovely card, and it tells you that it feels like a bit of a risk, because it's a Wands energy, right? So Wands energy is fire energy, and it always feels a little bit scary. So the Page of Wands is excited and like going, oh, what could I make happen? What could I do? So I would say this is a good time. And I would say use it to give yourself something to look forward to immerse yourself in, because it's interesting and exciting and there's a little bit of challenge in there. And maybe you can do something with it further down the line. It's not telling you that in any way, there's nothing here that would suggest a pause is the way to go. This is quite, it's just very curious and excited and interested, and telling you to take a little bit of a manageable risk. So yes, Stella, you should. I think go for it. I think that's a big thumbs up from the tarot, and I think it is a good time. I like that. That's very good. Okay. Is there any more questions in the chat? Because I only have one more question on my pad. So if there's any more questions, ask them now. Or else this will be my last one. And this is for Sophie. Oh, I didn't put it in the chat, did I? I'm shuffling. I shuffle so instinctively. I found myself on a Zoom call with somebody today. It was not a tarot meeting at all. It was about something else entirely. And I picked up my tarot deck, and while I was talking to them, I was shuffling. It's just ridiculous. It's almost just become like an unconscious tick now. I just sit there shuffling my cards all day. Even when I'm in a conversation about something completely unrelated, I just automatically just sit there going, yes. I don't know what's obviously I need to get some sort of a life, guys. That's what I need to do. Okay. All right, Sophie, will Andy ever be ready? All right, Sophie, we're going to take a guidance card about the wisdom of waiting for Andy to be ready. Okay. I'm going to take a guidance card for Sophie about waiting for Andy. So now this is interesting because, again, we could go in several different ways with this, right? But if this is guidance for Sophie, we have to concentrate on the question, guidance for Sophie about waiting for Andy. This is not what will be the result of waiting for Andy. This is guidance to Sophie about waiting. So this tells you two things. First of all, it tells you that waiting for Andy to be ready feels actually fairly comfortable for Sophie. So in a way, it feels a bit like home. So she's kind of waiting, but it's a little bit of a comfort zone. Even if it's an uncomfortable zone, it's still a comfort zone. Right? Because so what we have here is we have a 10. And if this is your guidance, it tells you two things. First of all, you have to know what this really is. So what would this lovely, connected, warm, supportive relationship that feels like coming home, is that what Andy's delivering? We presume no, otherwise you wouldn't have asked the question. So it's asking you if you want it, right? You need to be able to know what it feels like and choose it. Now, on some level, what you've got is you've got something that makes you feel like you have some connection. It feels comfortable. So it's almost standing in place of it. The other advice, because we've got a 10, is that it needs to be renewed. So it needs to be renewed with an ace. And that ace is that you need to bring new love into the equation. So my feeling is Andy is probably going to not be ready. I have a feeling this card is telling you that actually this is the comfortable place for you both. And rocking the boat with you going off and finding somebody else, it may well be the rocket Andy needs. It's not making any guarantees, but certainly both of you are in a comfort zone, which is maintaining a situation, which means Andy doesn't have to be ready, Sophie, does he? Because you're both in complete alignment with the situation. You're okay with it. Andy's okay with it. This is where we are. This is comfortable. For you, saying Andy is not going to be ready means walking away from that and walking into the unknown to find the ace that you need to find. And that doesn't feel comfortable at all, does it? So, no, I don't think so. I think Andy is as ready as he's ever going to be, Sophie. And that would be my answer to that. Hello, Amanda. Lovely to see you. It's a comfort thing. Yes, I'll show you. Yes, it is a comfort thing. It's like a little stress ball. You know when you squeeze a stress ball, it's like you just keep on squeezing it. That looks wrong on some levels. I don't want to go down that road. But anyway, yes, shuffling is definitely a comfort thing. I actually got pains in my thumb. I do so many readings. My thumb was actually, I thought, ow, oh my God, I think I've got repetitive strain injury. Certainly right. I shuffle even when I don't have to. Anyway, it was lovely to see you all. And even though I'm telling you that I have repetitive strain injury, RSI in my thumb, you're still welcome to come for a reading if you need one. That's all right, Mandy. It was lovely to see you. And I'll be back again next Tuesday. And I do still have some places on this workshop on Sunday. I have a strange situation in that I had a couple of people signed up who have defaulted to the next month, because I have this thing where if you find the date doesn't work, you can reschedule. So I have a couple of spaces for Sunday if you want to join Jill with me, and I think we have a couple of other people as well. I hope that's the case. And we're going to have a great time, and we're going to spend a day bringing tarot to life, and we're going to spend a day taking you from the get-go to getting it and making it all make sense. And I can do that in one day. Give me a day, I can do it. And it's going to be really good fun. That's all right. Lovely to see you all. And yeah, great. I will see you all next week, if not before. Thank you then. Bye-bye for now.